Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss our thoughts on Amazon getting the alcohol shipping business. My name is Miss Becca Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Luke Otero, Darren McRoy. I got it wrong last time, McRoy.
Yeah,
and Tim Swyatt.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hi. It's like what you probably call your father-in-law on St. Patrick's Day, McRoy. Oh, McRoy.
I definitely most of the time say McElroy, even though that's definitely not right. But that's
it's easy to do.
What I say.
Because we all know McElroy from golf. So yeah, but it's McRoy for you. So
McRoy.
Yes, yeah. All right, we've got an interesting show today because Amazon. I mean, in spirit of what we're doing here, I love Amazon, but I've got a different take on them on alcohol business. But we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Tim, you said there's something you want to talk about. What is that, Tim?
Now, let me tell you something really grinds my gears here. So during the winter, I understand it's freaking cold outside and you're filling up your gas tank. Why do asshats still leave their car running while filling up their gas tank at the gasoline? So there's one guy, and I always say something about it too. So I'm sitting in my little Costco Colt gas station, and this guy behind me, it's 42 degrees outside, and this guy's running his car while he's filling up his gas tank. I kind of look at him. I said, you work for NASCAR? He's like, no, what do you mean? And I'm like, what's number one rule here? And I'm okay about breaking rules and bending rules, this, that, and the other. But he's sitting there on his cell phone in addition to having his car running and pumping his gas at the same time. I'm like, it's bad enough
smoking a cigarette as well.
I was going to go there, but he wasn't. So I make a big point about, like, you shut your car off if you're standing next to a cell phone. There are a lot of dumb ways to die, but this is going to kill all of us. Right. And he's like, well, it doesn't mean anything. Everybody does it all the time. And I said, well, okay. Am I the only idiot out there that follows the rules and the only goody two-shoes here that thinks that is just something that they should be doing?
Okay, I'm going to come from the other side of this where
South Dakota
Kentucky,
girl here.
But being in Kentucky,
North Dakota.
I do shut off the car when I'm in Kentucky because it's not that cold here. In North Dakota, your brain would explode, Tim. Your brain would explode because if it is negative 40 outside, no one is shutting off their car when they're getting gas.
I'm okay with one or the other, but that's okay. But
No
standing right next to the pump with holding the phone right next to the gas pump, not away in the back of the car, away from the thing for an electric shock or fumes coming out. I'm like, the double whammy there gets me. No, but I don't disagree. Minus 40, minus 30, you got to do what you got to do to keep it around.
Anything below zero, like no one is shutting off their car in North Dakota. In fact, they don't shut off their car to get gas, but in the wintertime, like if you drive a diesel truck in North Dakota, you never shut it off until it's spring.
I totally understand that.
So you
do
don't
you say something to people in Kentucky? So in Kentucky, if somebody's running their car while they're filling up gas, do you say something? Are you that person that says something? Are you chirping at them, or what are you doing? Are you just letting it go?
If I explode in a fiery pit of death, then that's just the way I'm going to go.
Okay.
God, I'm an angry old man now. I think I may get
You
to that
are.
point.
You sound so angry.
Okay.
I'm not saying I don't care, but
Well,
if it's summertime, just shut your car off. If it's summertime, just shut your car off. But winter, North Dakota. If someone says something, they're getting punched in the face by the person in the car. Right? So
We'll say North Dakota, Alaska, and a few others. Are okay.
I get all that. Yes.
Well,
Negative degree temperatures, we get that too.
But if it's
42 degrees,
out, just turn off your car.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but I think the question is, are you one of the guys that would say something to them? And
Right.
I would not be one of the ones that would say, you're an asswipe. Just
you're thinking it though.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because
that's probably how I'd be too.
Yeah. But I'm also with Becca when it's cold in New Mexico, Santa Fe. We can get that way every now and then, but people still shut their car up. But there's still some fellas that leave it running. And am I going to be the one to say it? No, just because who knows what kind of day they're having.
Right.
And that's fair too. I'm empathetic to that too. And to add a little flavor to this one
is Tim Swyatt actually a Karen?
Maybe.
Pretty darn close with this one. Now, I'm going to add this fact. I'm going to add this fact. The attendant at the gas station asked him not once but twice to turn it off, and he told them to go F themselves.
Then that's
I had a problem. I had a problem with that.
Then that's a problem. If the attendant is asking you to turn it off, if it's warm out, just shut off your car.
Shut your car off. Yeah.
Now, does Tim need to be fighting people in the parking lot at the gas station? Probably not.
No.
I'm just going to say, Tim looks tough, but I'm not sure that he should, go, viral for fighting people in the parking lot over their car running or not.
Yeah. The dumbest fight I've ever saw was back when I was in high school. There was a guy complaining and said Taco Bell sucks. And two of my buddies jumped the guy on the parking lot because he disrespected Taco Bell.
All the problems we had back then. That was like the hot topic of the day.
What are you guys doing? Why are you doing this? Well, he said he hated Taco Bell. And
so that dumb motherfucker should have kept his mouth shut.
Yeah, he shouldn't have said anything about Taco. You don't talk bad about Taco Bell. Not in St. Louis. It happens to you. Yeah. Not that, my buddy Tim, I still hang out with him.
I do appreciate that Tim will say something to someone. I think that is a good thing.
I think they need to hear that.
People don't say stuff to other people. People don't get bullied enough anymore. Yeah, people need to be bullied more often, and Tim's here to do that.
Yeah, the guy is probably not going to
talk to somebody.
You would not
at the gas station.
No, it's a good idea.
Just because,
it's a good policy. But yeah,
about where I live and where I spend a lot of time, I fill up a lot of gas in Arnold or out in the country, and I'm I don't really want to. Meth head upset about how he's filling up his gas can. So
right.
That was my first thought when this question was asked. So
I'm not getting shot by a meth head.
Don't want to get shot by a meth head. I think that's fair. You don't want to get
shot. That's a good rule to live by, Darren. That's definitely sure. Trust me, I'm not finding meth heads at a Costco gas station. Okay. I'm finding a bunch of idiots in BMWs and Mercedes that think they walk on water and don't understand some basic science rules or common courtesy. I
think that the bottom line is, Tim, even though they may act like they don't care and they're pissed off when you're calling them out, I do think they have to think about it after the fact, and maybe that'll change your behavior. So that's they're doing the good work.
Bullying needs to be brought back, and Tim's the one to do it. I'm pro bullying.
Tim's good. Yeah, of course.
I'm half a Karen and half person wearing a cape, so I can take that.
A Robin Hood, perchance?
Fair enough.
There you go. All right. Well, on that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Darren. Darren, what do you got there, man?
I got a little bit of Planters, Maryland Heights Police Officers Association.
Okay.
Quiet, so I'm just going to keep talking. So.
Oh, yeah.
See, it was me talking over it. It wasn't the bottle.
Oh, the bottle was explosive.
Not giving Dimitri a bad name.
Let's get our other one on the way that won't have any bottle pop. Let's get Tim. Tim, go ahead and go.
I am going to enjoy this spectacular sorghum, 100% sorghum whiskey out of Still 630 that I believe you can still find at the ABV Barrel Shop.
Oh, yeah? Barely. No.
Nothing.
No. That's our lead right now. Now. As bad as that was. It's just a bottle clinking.
God, all right. Such a loser.
Luke, you're next, man.
I got a single barrel pick from Old Forester from the Elephant Ranch in Las Cruces.
Okay. Elephant Ranch. All right. Okay. All right. That's our new lead. As pathetic as that was, that's our lead.
Very faint.
Yeah, that was bad. But it's our lead. Becca, what do you got?
I've got a pick here of Knob Creek.
Okay. Okay, that was really good.
Yep.
That was
There
really
we
good.
go.
That's probably going to be enough to win it. We'll see. I've got some Colonel E.H. Taylor. This is just the regular small batch. So probably $200 bottle or something crazy people pay for this stuff. I don't know. So here we go. That was a solid. I like it. I like what I did there. I was proud of that cork pop, but it wasn't enough to win. Becca had a really good one there. So cheers,
Having
gang.
a good night. I'm hungover and having a good night.
Atta girl, Becca. Jeez.
Yep.
Cheers.
She's bringing a 50 cal to a 22 fight.
Oh yeah. That's what she does. That
big
Neely
guns.
last name gives her that street cred. So there you go.
That's right.
All right, what we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Amazon. And we might have to separate ourselves out from our usual love for Amazon to say, do we want them in the alcohol business? We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Willie C. Moore, and I'm here with MB Rowan, and you're listening to the Bourbon Kit Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Jeff Bezos.
Yes, we are. So I always scratch my head and think, man, the alcohol business could never change. It's just too set in the ways. And you know, all the state governments have figured out ways to make so much money off of the alcohol business. They're not incented to change. But the wild card is Amazon. They have all the money in the world and they're working on this. They continue to work on it. They're not giving up. They want to be in the alcohol business. And like I said, I love Amazon. I order stuff from them all the time. I don't need the store anymore. The store could get it down to just Walgreens and Amazon in my mind. Every once in a while you need something really quick immediately, whether it's a loaf of bread or some milk or something that some Scotch tape that you don't want to order from Amazon. But I don't go to Targets and Walmarts and all that kind of stuff. I just order stuff from Amazon. And so I love the company, but I hate the idea of them being in the alcohol business. I feel like they would ruin things. And I'm also for, by the way, shipping out, but I like the idea of places like Neely Family Distillery being able to ship theirs direct to consumers. I don't want Amazon taking that over and inserting themselves in there. And I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong. So that's my take on it. I don't think Amazon is right for this, even though, man, they want it bad. But yeah, what do you guys think?
I think if there's someone that's going to make the laws a little bit easier and put pressure on the government to make it not so, it would be Amazon.
Right.
But then again, all the craft distilleries and all the people, that'd be a great source of revenue for them to just ship to people. And if you take that away, I don't like that part. But I think Amazon's the one with the money that could do the get rid of the
because I think what Amazon would do is, you know, this idea of Neely being able to ship wherever they wanted is that's awesome, and that's an opportunity for them to make money. You put Amazon where everything has to go through Amazon. You know who's making all the money off that? Probably more than even Neely. Amazon. One thing Amazon's good at doing is making money, and they should be. But I want to keep them out of this part of it. I want these independent distilleries, and I want the big bourbon. I want all of them to be able to make the money for the product that they're making, not Amazon. So, yeah.
So I think what I struggle with here, I'm 100%. I don't want Amazon in this business at all, period, because it's going to push out too many of the little guys that are just figuring out to get by. It's bad for small business when they move into a situation here, but they do provide efficiencies, and we allow to innovate after they usually come in. What I do appreciate for them is providing better logistics for distilleries to utilize. If, you know, I unfortunately let Becca not ship and leave my stuff there at the distillery, probably still holding up dust right now. And I come in every, hopefully 6 months around there to go grab my stuff. But to be able to package something in a certain way that they provide the schematics or process to do so, and a drone picks up that box in the back of the shed, picks it up, and then it goes into the system. There's some logistic innovations here I think can come from Amazon being involved to a certain extent, and what that fee would look like, because they're already providing last mile logistics to a lot of other different businesses and things like that. And I think there's an opportunity here for some innovation in just packing up stuff, waiting for FedEx or USPS to come and deal with all of that. There is definitely some innovation that can happen with the shipping part of it. But them being able to hold stock and inventory, and then you're selling them as a distributor license and that whole thing, I have no interest in that whatsoever.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of different aspects about it that like could be good, a lot that could be very bad, obviously. Right. Because like right now, like, I mean, we don't distribute at all, you know, because for one, dealing with the government fucking sucks. So we're going to try to not deal with the government as much as possible, you know? But if Amazon could, frankly, if they got it passed that they could ship alcohol, then anyone could ship alcohol anywhere.
Right.
Right.
And that's good. And also, I don't know if this is, I'm not sure exactly how this works, but I know that, you know, there's small businesses that sell their stuff on Amazon, and I don't know what kind of a markup they do on some of those things. I've looked up stuff on their website versus on Amazon, and sometimes it's not been that huge of a swing, like price gouging wise anyways. But yeah, I'm kind of with Tim on like the logistics side of things. It would be nice if they could, you know, take care of some of those things, but also, you know, just another huge corporation just making all the money once again. It's a very slippery, like kind of slope about all of it, because you don't want it, but you do want it because you want people to be able to get the product everywhere, instead of having to deal with like, well, can I ship to that state? No, we can't ship that. Well, we haven't got a license to ship to that state yet. Well, we have to do all this dumb shit. So there's a lot of like ups and downs. I think that they should be able to ship like beer and wine, at least, like, just because those are like, it'd be great to just get your fucking wine delivered right to the house all the time.
A case of Busch Light being delivered via drone.
Yeah,
you're in the middle of a party, you know.
But
that'd be
that's coming.
Yeah, but
coming.
There's definitely like a lot of bad, but there could be good with it. But it's
they know what they're doing. There's no doubt. They created an army of vehicles to deliver their stuff. You order something at 3:00 in the afternoon, and before dinner, it's already at your house sometimes, and you're not even paying. It's just I've got Prime. It's just free shipping, and it shows up 2 hours later. It's like,
did you know that they now have a online doctor on Amazon where you just go and click through your symptoms for easy stuff? And,
Really?
They will send your prescription to the pharmacy of your choice. So
Amazon's my doctor now.
Yeah, and so you don't even have to go to the doctor. You don't have to have a primary doctor at all. You can be like, I've got a cold, and you'll go through and click on all your symptoms, all the things,
awesome.
and they'll send
they'll
send all of your answers to like a doctor or whatever, and then they send your prescription to the pharmacy, and you can just go pick it up and never have to go in person to a doctor.
It's an acquisition of pill pack. What that reminds me when I hear that, and I heard that story and how they're managing that, reminds me of the Disney movie WALL-E, the B&L, big buy-in, low or whatever it is, and they basically it's all services, everything, they manage everything. You just sit in a chair and you press a button what you want, and everything comes to you, and this, that, and the other. It's all services. That's where we're going to. Which is not good.
We need to hear from Luke here as a distributor. So we've got all facets of. We should have done a show because we got everything covered. We got all three parts of this. We got a manufacturer in Becca, we've got a distributor in Luke, and then I have a liquor store. So we've got all parts of the chain.
Consumers, you got all four parties involved here.
Yeah.
3-tier system, and so let me break this down a little bit from what I've been following on Amazon. So they've pared back their attempt to go nationwide, and they've only identified 6 states and to try it out. And they're going to have to change some of the state laws to do that. One thing that they will not be able to do, Tim, is drop off by drone. I mean, there's age verification. So let's get real, Tim.
When they scan my barcode that's in my head that they're going to plant there, and through the consumption of certain products from them, they'll be able to know that I'm 21 or over.
And I have no doubt there's like, we'll just do this in 6 to see how it goes. But believe me, there's still world domination is their end game.
This 6 is going to, tell them.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to learn from it.
Right.
Now, the way I see it, let's just use a small distiller, craft distiller. I would hope that they would treat them as equal as they would some of the big brands, because you're going to see the world flooded with Amazon being able to deliver all the big brand stuff. And I would hope that someone, let's just say Neely, for instance, they would create a line just for Amazon to get out there, but keep their corpus, their what they want to identify themselves as a distillery.
That's a good way to do it, for sure.
So, but that has to be treated equally, and that's what happens. Unfortunately, when they change the state laws, as the little guys get forgotten, and that's where I see the inequity. If you were to ask me right now, what was the question? Are you for it? No, I'm not for it, because I just don't trust the equity they would treat everybody with. I don't sweat it as a distributor, because I know who we have in our portfolio and what they have, and they won't be able to do enough for Amazon, and so I don't sweat that. We're going to be fine. But for others, I would defend them.
Yeah, I have no doubt that, again, they're going to just try to take care of themselves in the end. And I can even see the 6 is great for them, because then you get consumers demanding, hey, I live I'm the state over from this state, and they get to do this. Why can't we do that? That's what the cause to action that causes politicians to get involved when they start getting enough complaints. And it's brilliant for them to go to 6, but I do agree, and I think that over time, and we've seen big box retailers, the biggest box retailer when it comes to alcohol always embraces the small craft when they come into a market, and then, you know what, as soon as they get things going and they're established in the market, they start pushing those guys down further on the shelf, and they try to push you towards their private brands. And I think Amazon's going to try to do the same thing. They're gonna make it where initially it might sound like it's great to come on and get locked locked in with Amazon. And once you do, once you're Neely and you get locked in with them, I think they're going to find a way to basically squeeze you out over time. You'll be doing something, making the Amazon private label or something. Something's going to happen. I just don't trust the big retailers like that. So
Amazon 4-grain bourbon.
Yeah.
Amazon American single malt now.
It'll be just like Costco.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be called like prime single malt though. Like
Prime
they would
single
go-
There you go.
Yeah.
That bottle's $80.
Prime wheat.
Yeah. So on that note, of course, we'll wrap it up. We'll continue to watch this, and we'll see how Amazon's doing in their quest to get in the liquor business. Should be interesting to watch. So we'll start by talking about where people can find us. Darren, you're the first one up.
Me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures and on Facebook at Darren McRoy.
All right, Tim.
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
Luke.
Yep, you can find us at Santa Fe Boutique Wines on Instagram, and you can find me on LinkedIn.
All right, Miss Becca Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Becca Sue, 1K, no C's.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. We got a lot of stuff going on. New barrel picks coming in all the time. At a very minimum, sign up for our email and text distribution at abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Becca Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For our audience, please go out and vote for the ABV Barrel Shop, the best liquor store in St. Louis. Instructions are in the description of this show. Until tomorrow, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See you, everyone.
Later.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.